I was quite the novice teacher when Mark was a tough young adolescent in my 7th grade English class. He had difficulty plugging into a group of friends who would accept him for his unique sense of humor and boisterous personality. As a result, he challenged me frequently by acting out in class, trying to garner attention from these would-be friends. Lots of one-liners during whole group instruction or the prankster during small group instruction. Reprimands or demerits from me did not change this behavior. I knew I had to try to connect with Mark. Now, this is a student who ensured a degree of frustration for me on a daily basis. But I needed to connect with him. I needed to understand him. I needed to show him I cared. I had already started to recognize that Mark had quite the gift for writing. He also had a very quick wit. So focusing on this strength, I did a few little things that made a big difference. I gave Mark a little extra written and oral feedback on some writing assignments, more than I normally would. I bragged on him to his parents. I talked with him in writing conferences about his creativity and how in the world he could come up with such unique and funny stories. I encouraged Mark to share his writings during our writer's showcase in class. Soon his classmates could not wait to hear the funny things Mark had written. They connected with him. He was no longer a disruption in class. A transformation occurred not just in Mark, but in me too. The rest of that school year, and after Mark went on to high school and even college, I would see his parents around town. They always made a point to tell me how much the encouragement I gave Mark meant to them, especially the time that I took to let them know about Mark's gift, because they were completely unaware of it. They were so appreciative of me going the extra mile, even though it was in such a small and seemingly insignificant way. There was no big-time instructional or behavioral intervention of any sort, just caring. Mark went on to be a writer in the communications field, and from this connection, I learned a life lesson about the power of recognizing the strengths in people, especially those who challenge your limits. Everyone has a gift to share. Mother Teresa is known for saying, "We can do no great things, only small things with great love." For me as an educator, this really puts things into perspective as far as the impact we can have on students. It is those small things that carry us all through our journey. Connecting with your community does not just refer to the students in your learning community. I also mean your colleagues. Your colleagues inside the building or beyond are so valuable to your lifelong learning. These are the people who will help you when you're a rookie and sustain you as you move through your career pathway. Reaching out and connecting with care is so important to personal and professional growth. Myra was a first-year teacher, and she was excited but petrified. She had earned her education degree, but life had led her to open her own business after college. After several years, the business closed, and she decided to start teaching. Now, she knew she loved teaching, but was a bit older and not sure if she was quite ready. I knew Myra had been hired to teach in another school in my district, and I had expressed some concern to some people. She was reaching out for support. She needed someone to care about her fear. I wrote her a letter, a small thing, something a colleague of mine, a stranger to me at the time, had done for me my first year of teaching. I attached the letter to a plant and I left it in her classroom for her to find on the first morning of school. She was so grateful. Later, she told me that the plant was a little reminder all year long that she could be successful, similar to what I had experienced from the letter the colleague had written me. Myra is now in her 7th year of excellence in teaching and has remained active in the district's mentoring program for new teachers. She now helps other new teachers. I learned a life lesson from this experience too. The beauty of paying it forward. I treasured that letter of encouragement a colleague wrote to me my first year of teaching. I still have it, and I still pull it out and read it. I passed that act of encouragement and caring on to Myra. We have all been touched by connecting with the caring spirit of many people. It is the little things, making connections with people, that set schools apart and make them extraordinary places. We are provided so few chances in life to connect with others in showing how much we care. So few chances. I encourage you not to waste these opportunities when they are provided, and we have to really pay attention. Sometimes they're provided to us in the most subtle way. So what about you? Are you willing to go the extra mile? Are you willing to connect with your learning community? Do you care enough to do the little things that make a big difference? Thank you for your time this evening. I congratulate each of you on the accomplishments that brought you here tonight, and I wish you all the very best.